Hey everyone, my name is Chloe and welcome to the Deck of TBR-a-thon winners vlog. So you guys, the winning team was the red team, which is Team TBR, and they chose The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes for Becca and I to read. And so now Becca and I are going to both vlog our experience reading The Inheritance Games. And I don't know, I did not anticipate at all that this book would be so hard to get a copy of, but it is. So my library, I'm on hold for a physical copy. I've been on hold for a digital copy, etc. Well, my digital copy just came in a little bit ago, and so I have the audiobook, and so I'm going to try to listen to it. Now, it came in I think as a 2-week loan, and so I only have 5 days left, basically. I have been putting it off because I've been in the middle of other stuff, and now I have 5 days to listen to 11 hours. So I think I can do it. I'm going to try to vlog as we go and let you know my thoughts. I may send Becca some messages and let you know what I say to her. I'm really not sure how this is going to go. So today is Sunday, September 15th, and I haven't started it yet. Like, I've listened to the first, chapter, and it's got, I think, short chapters. Like I said, I can't get a physical copy anywhere, so I don't know. I can't see it with my eyes. I just have the audio. I'm even on hold for ebook copies because I love to be able to see things. And I don't know. But anyway, so it's Sunday. I'm going to start it later. This morning, I'm just filming. I'm having really low blood pressure. I feel like the end of pregnancy is just going to be me complaining constantly. So having low blood pressure. So my goal is to film a couple videos and then go outside and just take it easy and watch my kids play and hang out, because it is outside. It's 75 and beautiful. So that's my goal for the morning. I am probably going to physically read with that time, so I will update you today. That's really the only plan after this is I'm going to, we already did church, I'm going to film, go outside, eat lunch, maybe lay down with the kids, try to get them to nap because they did not yesterday because we had a baby shower, and last night was really, really rough, and tomorrow they're not going to because I have an OB appointment. So probably going to lay down with the kids, and then the Chiefs play. All that to say, I don't know that I'll be reading at all on this until tonight, but I will try to take little vlog clips. I feel like vlogging for Deck of TBR-a-thon really made my vlogging terrible because I vlogged every day, and so now I don't want to vlog at all. But I will try to take clips of anything exciting that happens today and keep you posted on my thoughts on this book. So I'm really curious. YA is not a genre that Becca or I read a ton of, and this is kind of mystery, thriller, contemporary. I don't really know. It sounds really interesting to me. It sounds really interesting to her. So will we both like it? I don't know. I can't figure out our tastes and how they align and how they don't, because some books we really agree on and some we really don't. So it'll be really, really interesting. So come along with me and at least see my side of it and what I think. Hey everyone, it is the next morning. It's 7:30 and everybody's asleep in my house except the kid across the street has a super loud vehicle and he likes to rev his engine on his way to school, and he just started his car, so I'm guessing everybody's going to wake up soon. But I'm about halfway through the Inheritance Games, and I tried to film a clip last night about a quarter of the way through, but my kids were so loud that's all you can hear in the clip, and so I decided just to wait and talk to you today. So premise of this story, this girl, she's a high school girl, and she gets a letter that she is the benefactor to an inheritance from this guy that she has no idea who he is. He's this old guy that died and left her an inheritance, and so she has to go to Texas to for the reading of the will to see what she gets. And so she's not sure, did she get $100 or did she get a whole bunch? We don't know. And so she goes with her sister. She lives with her sister, but she doesn't like her sister's boyfriend, and so she kind of lives in her car. She's trying to make a name for herself. She's in high school. She's trying to be successful academically so she can go on and make something of herself. And so she goes down there and realizes that the guy who died is Tobias Hawthorne, and he is one of maybe the wealthiest man in Texas and has billions of dollars. And so we go and we meet his 4 grandsons, and he's got, I think, 2 daughters. I can't remember how many kids he's got. I think he had 2 daughters and a son, but whatever. So his one daughter has these 4 boys, all from different dads. And so they're all very different, but very similar. And so she meets these boys, sits for the reading of the will, and finds out that he left her basically everything. He left everybody stuff, but like 100,000 here, 100,000 there, and like billions to her. Okay, so she is trying to figure out why. And there's a lot of questions, so her and her sister share the same dad, but not the same mom. And so her mom has died. And so maybe it's something to do with that. Maybe it's something to do with their dad. Maybe it's something completely random. We have no idea. But the guy who died really loved games and riddles and all the things. And so it's kind of a game to figure out what his connection to her is and why. And so I'm really intrigued. I'm really liking it. I'm about halfway through, like I said. And the thing that I'm not liking, which is interesting, Becca is not reading it right now, so I probably won't be talking to her during this, but there is a romantic undertone, not necessarily just with one specific brother yet, but there's a romantic undertone that I just don't feel is necessary. Like, I don't know. I just don't. It's not my favorite part at all. And it's not, halfway through, it's not a big thread in the story. It's not even really a storyline, so it's not really bothering me. But like, there's just a lot of romantic commentary that I'm like, this is kind of eye-rolly and cringy. So I'm wondering, though, if Becca will like it, because she likes romance more than I do. However, this being a YA, maybe a curveball. So let's see, anything else? I think it's really interesting. The brothers are all like, I don't know. She's got a security team, but they're not as jealous as I would assume. However, like, she has no control over anything. And so it's not like she chose this. So, but the older generation, Tobias's kids, are a little more entitled, a little more jealous, a little more intense. So it's just interesting, like the relationship dynamics when there's that much money at stake, and how that all works is really interesting to think about. Like, how would I react if I was our main character, like receiving all this money, and how would I feel if I was a family member? And like one of the grandsons was like the heir, whatever, the heir and the spare, and like all these things. They had guessed who would get what, and they were super wrong, obviously. And so the other thing is, he left the same letter to all the brothers, and so trying to figure out what that means. And he left a very short cryptic note to our main character. So super interesting. I probably won't be able to update that much more on plot, because where we're at, we're just trying to figure things out, and they're figuring out little bits and pieces. And I love how smart our main character is. And like, the brothers are kind of treating her like a pawn as opposed to a player. And she is really like, she's silently kind of accepting that, but also like, no, I'm a player in this. And so I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, so as you saw, the only clip I took yesterday is we did, like, my kids were outside, but they've got a like robotic Spider-Man that they're flying and jumping on the trampoline, trying to get our summer stuff all put away. And it was, great morning. And then we watched the Chiefs game in the afternoon, and that was really it. That went like through dinner. The girls had a long bath, and we went to bed. So today is going to be a little chaotic. So today we're going to get everybody up and going and eat breakfast, and then do school, and then go to the chiropractor, and then go to gymnastics. And then I have an OB appointment this afternoon where I'll have a sonogram, a whole bunch of labs, like my Tdap shot, all that kind of stuff, and then an appointment with my doctor. So I'm guessing it's going to be a hefty appointment. So I don't know if I'll take my physical book, because my physical book is like 550 pages and I can only get it physically. And so like taking that's kind of a brick. So I might just take my headphones and continue to listen to the inheritance games. But if anything exciting happens, I'll keep you posted, and I will update you as I have more to say. Like I said, it probably won't be a ton more on plot because I don't want to give anything away, but I'm also really nervous at this point that we are not going to get a conclusion in this story, that we're going to need to continue on with the series, which is fine. I am interested, like, I'm enjoying it plenty, that I would continue with the series at this point, but I'm really wanting to read off my shelves, because just recently I put all of my owned books in a spreadsheet. And so I'm like organizing that spreadsheet, and it's really motivated to me to read off my shelves. So especially too, that like these books have been really hard to get. So we'll see if I need to continue on. But I feel like I'm really shiny. I just put lotion on, and yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to go get everybody up, and we'll keep you posted as the day goes on.
Day breaks and I'm burned by the morning light. I make the same mistake more than twice.
Hey everyone, so it's the next day, and I just dropped my daughter off at enrichment school. I've got my little heart on my wrist. I draw one on hers and on mine, so if we're missing each other, we can look at that. And I don't know, you guys, kids with food allergies. My daughter can't have dairy. And today, for some reason, they're learning about the Boston Tea Party. And so they're trying teas and I guess cookies. And she can't have the cookies. And the teacher didn't tell me that. So I didn't have time to bring in another cookie. So I'm anxious about that. But otherwise, it's going to be a great day. And I finished the inheritance games last night. Really, that's why I'm here. I had the doctor's appointment, and it's like a 15 or 20 minute jump from my house. So I was able to listen there and back, and listened a little bit during quiet time, and then listened at bedtime and finished it up. So my overall thoughts. So this is definitely got a YA tone. So if you're hard pass against YA, it's got some of that tone. And there's kind of a love triangle between Avery, our main character, and two of the brothers. I'm not team either brother because I'm team no romance. It's not heavy in this book. Like, the romance isn't intense by any means, but I just wish it wasn't in there at all. So I'll be interested to hear Becca's perspective on that, but I could have done with no romance at all. But so the premise of the story, like I said, she gets all this billions of dollars, doesn't know why, and doesn't know why she's picked. And this guy loved clues. The Hawthorne house in general, the Hawthorne estate, is like secret passageways and all that kind of stuff. So if you're into that, it was super cool for that. The ending definitely is guessable, but I was just kind of along for the ride. I'm not one that likes to figure it out before the characters. So I was satisfied with the ending, and I do feel like it gives you enough. So the whole time they're trying to figure out, why did Tobias Hawthorne pick Avery? Why? I think that's her name. Now I'm questioning myself, but why was she picked? What, to get all this money? And we do find that out in the end. It does set up kind of a cliffhanger for the next one, but it's going to be kind of a different game, different adventure kind of story. So I feel satisfied. I would like to continue on, but I'm really, like I said, motivated to read off my shelves right now. So I'm not going to prioritize moving on, but I liked it. I like the YA nature, and kind of, it's somewhat simple, and for a game like this, it's kind of nice to have it kind of simple and not too, it didn't ever hurt my brain. There's a pretty large cast of characters, but it was pretty easy to keep everybody straight. It's interesting, all four boys have the same mom, but different dads, and they don't know a lot about their dads. And so I think that's really interesting, and the similarities and differences between the brothers, and just the Hawthorne family in general, I think is interesting. And I don't know if I ever said, part of the condition in her getting this money is that she has to live a year in the Hawthorne house. And can you imagine how awkward that would be? With this entire family that you inherited their inheritance and you have to live with them. I don't know. I just think that'd be really weird. But overall, yeah, it was a really enjoyable story, really quick read, lots of short chapters. I think there's 91 chapters in the whole book, which is awesome. Definitely would be a good one to read physically, and great cover. So overall, I would say this is a win of a book. I'm going to give it 4 stars. Like I said, I will definitely continue in the series if I come across them. I'm not overly, I don't have to continue it right this second, but it would definitely be something interesting. So that's my thoughts. Good choice, everybody. Go Red Team. And thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next year for Duck TBR-a-thon again.